Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, y'all got to forgive me because, for one, I'm driving the Tallen picnic. So they have these picnics once a year. I think up until 6th grade. And two, I'm still in my face routine because I slept in today because working late in this season, this week especially too, because we leave. I'm going to Costa Rica for the retreat. And also because of the times that we in, and that's what we kind of talking about a little bit on this video, because of the times that we in, that's why I reduced my session to a discount, to a price point that I haven't been at in over a decade. So you'll see the link in the description throughout October, and I leave just because we have December dates still available. When the December dates fill up, then that's when I'll cut off the link and just be special requests from there. But everybody get paid at different times, and we having some pretty deep calls, some intense calls on business and branding. And when y'all come over there to book a session with me, for one, you got to come over there and be ready to hear the truth. It's like it's one woman that I motivate, and that's Cherie Gaskins, and I tell her the truth too. So one of the things I've been finding out sometimes is some women come and they want me to talk to them like they love her and be, you can do it, keep your head up, let's go, you gotta listen, you got to come with the right mindset. This is coaching, okay? It's gonna be constructive feedback, and sometimes the feedback hurt. It's the truth. The truth sometimes will hurt you before it help you. So you got to have what y'all call the big girl panties on, big girl jeans on, and all of that. And the men already know. We're gonna have us a real talk. We're gonna have us a direct, real understanding. And so even when I'm talking to the man, you know, I let the man know, hey, listen, this right here, what I feel like, what you doing and why you doing this. Then the man say, you know what, bro, you 1,000% right, man. You hitting it right on the head. Man, you right. You is right. That's exactly why I'm doing that to her. That's exactly why I said that to her, why I did that to her. Because it's like, I'm on the outside looking in, I know. So don't come in with your feelings on your sleeve and, you know, being tough, sensitive, and all that, sensitive, tough, and with that Eminem behavior, tough on the outside, melting on the inside, and in your feelings. You got to come and get your feedback, chew the meat, spit the bones. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. But I made it that price so that everyone can afford it. I've been having people that I've been talking to that I haven't talked to in over 2 years. So that's been a blessing. And a lot of different people. And then I've been able to talk to the 25-year-olds. At that 125 rate, I'm able to talk to the early 20s, and that's been a blessing too, to help them, because they need to sort things out at that age, and they can't afford 250. Most of them can't afford 250 or 500 hours. So God bless you. Link in the description. But with that being said, I had to take and make my rates something that would really put my life on the line, because now I have to, and at that rate I knew that it was going to be a decent amount of people that sign up. So I have to now coach, you know, 7 hours a day. And if I have to reschedule something, or somebody sign up for a VIP session, I gotta bump them in. So I might end up having to coach 9 hours out of a day. So now I'm pretty much working like a warehouse worker who be working them 12 hours. So now I'm pretty much working on a whole nother level, and it's a blessing for me. So also, when you get on a coaching call, understand that too, that you're not the only person I'm working with that day. And so the more you work, the more laser precise that you get. But that's the society we in right now. That's the economy that we in. And for those of us who are providers, meaning we provide a service, givers, or whatever you want to call it, we have to little truck, now see what they got going on. We have to adjust. And I believe it was Marvin Winans, who is, y'all forgive me, looks a little dry. Got my little eye things on that my wife gave me. So I'm in my skin routine, so y'all gotta forgive me, looking a mess. I'm on here looking like old Negro superhero. And the lady went up there and she said, I'm giving $1,000 for this and then $200 and something for this. And she up there with her little grandson, looked like, Lord, please be her grandson, because she did not look the age to have a 5-year-old or 7-year-old. And the grandson was sitting up there just to happy, just to bopping, just to being up there. And then grandson probably ain't understand what Marvin Winans said. And people saying, yeah, this probably have a lot of different contexts or whatever, and y'all taking out of context. Man, listen, it ain't no context. There is no context for telling somebody that you said, if you have 1,000 plus 1,000 to come up here. There is no context for that. And see, what it is he called himself doing a VIP line. He is not humble, and he doesn't have a heart after Christ. He don't have a humble heart. And so he wanted to do a showcase of donations to do what they call pivot praise. Now, for those y'all never heard the term pivot praise, it comes from behavioral science. And with pivot praise, what you do is, when there's a group and someone is acting up, someone not doing what you want them to do, you pivot to someone who is doing what you want them to do, and you say, thank you so much, Johnny, for sitting quietly with your legs crossed and your hands folded and being such a great student. That is pivot praise. So now it makes Tommy, who is acting up, feel embarrassed, stupid, less than. He go to feeling like, oh wow, they praising Johnny, I want some praise. So then it make Tommy go to acting right because Johnny getting praise. So that's what Bishop was trying to do, Marvin Winans was trying to do, without knowing what he was doing, without knowing. So he trying to do a line of people who bring 1,000 plus 1,000. The lady brought, sound like 1,235. She said 1,000 plus 200 and something. And then he says, then Marvin Winans say, y'all are not listening to me. And I know that voice. That's a voice of frustration, because I get like that sometimes on coaching call. Y'all are not listening. I said, come up here if you have 1,000 plus 1,000. And she said, I'm gonna work on the other 800. And he said, that's not what I told you to do. And she laughed. And the church laughed. And this is one of the things that y'all have to stop doing when y'all go to church. Y'all have to stop reinforcing the foolishness. When you go to church, you have to stop being a robot. You got to have a spirit like Jesus, spirit like Apostle Paul. Like Jesus flipped over tables. I am not telling you to flip over tables, but if pastor do something like that, pastor got to get an email. I was about to say you need to boo, but if you boo, the lady might think you booing her for not listening. Pastor got to get an email. Pastor, that was very, very uncalled for. That was very uncalled for. We need to find Marvin Winans' email now and we don't even go to the church and tell him, listen here, nigga. See, when you act like that, when you go to act like that, you no longer brother. Now you nigga. Listen here, nigga, negro. Don't you ever, in your ever-loving rabbit life, embarrass somebody who is bringing hundreds of dollars to your non-deserving, sorry behind. Don't you ever in your life, you gotta call him a viper, like Jesus did. You viper, you fox, you snake. That's wrong. That's wrong. Listen, I received donations to Tony Guys Family Foundation. And sometimes you get $1 donation. That's all somebody got. Sometimes you get $5. That's all somebody got. The fact that they thought to give. So when I sit down and I send my thank you emails, I don't just send a thank you email to the person who donated 1,000 or more. It go to every person. When I sit down and send them, go to every person. I don't know if the email block them or not, but I'm sending to every person. The reason being is because every single gift counts. I have somebody who send me a cash out every week or every 2 weeks, and every single time, cash out don't let you reply with words, but I go in there and I hit the heart button every time. And it don't matter what's going on. I'm going there and say thank you. And then pray for them too. God knows from the moment, ooh, Lord bless them. Lord bless them. And that right there is what's keeping people out of church. And what I want you to understand, that's also a spiritual attack from Satan. Because let's say there was context. Let's say, which we know he did tell them, if you have 1,000 plus 1,000, get in line and bring the stuff on up here. Bring it on up here. He wanted to showcase to the church, and he know how people are. People are competitors. This traffic is ridiculous. The way these cars cutting in and out in front of people, it's just ridiculous. What is going on? Y'all is tripping. It is the lunch hour, and y'all driving like y'all in Formula One. This is ridiculous. It don't make no sense for y'all to be swerving through these lanes like this. Y'all gotta forgive me, I'm drinking my shake my wife made me. I don't like to drink on camera. And so what he thought he was finna do, take the thing at 11 o'clock. So what he thought he was finna do is have him a line. And what he was gonna do is stand that line up. And he figured, okay, there's some people in here with $2,002 sitting in their checking account. And if they see these people get in their line, they gonna wanna be seen and heard, and they gonna wanna meet me. Cause I don't typically meet these people because I'm a Winans and CC brother. So I don't typically meet these people. So they gonna wanna meet me, and just because they wanna meet me, they gonna get in line. Now what he don't realize is a lot of them checks finna bounce because his heart ain't right. So he drawing the wrong type of spirit to get in that line. A lot of them checks bouncing. And a lot of them people went home and canceled their check. Lord willing, they went home and canceled that check after they seen how he was acting about that. It's like, I don't care what you called up there. But, you know, reason why he did that is because he know if he didn't call out that 200, then the line would have been full of people finna give 100, finna give 200, and it would have been a meet and greet, and they'd have been there all day. And he didn't want to stand up there on them old feet. Them feet had enough, so he was ready to sit down. And so, but he trying to, what he doing is like what we have to do in the world. Meaning, not in the world, but meaning out here in the industry, is you have to give more of yourself. So if you want to do a live event, you got to sell a VIP ticket that is affordable, and you got to sell more of them. So the economy has been going down ever since Chris Brown been doing meet and greets for $1,000. You only do meet and greets for $1,000 as at the level of Chris Brown when you broke. A lot of people don't realize that you could be that big and be broke. Like you can really need the money, and not meaning broke like you ain't got nothing, but meaning you really need the money, and you realize that the money runs out, and that you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow, and you cannot turn a dollar away. And you don't know at that level too how many loans you get, how many times you get fronted with money. So he doing meet and greets. Lil Boosie doing his meet and greets. You know, everybody doing these meet and greets. I think they say the Christian singer Frank Forrester doing meet and greets for $3,000. Listen, $3,000. Listen, I'm finna climb you like a tree. I'm finna wrap that leg around you. 3,000? Listen, I might 3,000 might give you a little dry hump. Get on that leg. 3,000, man. Listen, 3,000. Woo! They say 3,000. I bet he's standing there just arrogant. What you supposed to do? You a Christian and all of that. I'm just joking. We ain't doing all that. But what I'm just saying is, listen, that 3,000 make you do something a little strange for a piece of change. And so that's what they doing. So what Bishop trying to do, I don't know if he's a bishop. He's not a bishop with that heart right there. What Marvin trying to do is he trying to give more of himself and say, let me stand up here and meet y'all and be patient. And he's seeing thousands of dollars come in. I wish somebody would release what the next person gave. To see if the next person had 1,000 plus 1,000. It's like, bruh, you better be lucky you get 1,000. Like, and this is what I want y'all to understand. This is what I want y'all to understand. So I may earn a high 6 figures, 7 figures, low 7 figures. I don't have $1,000 for Marvin right now. That's what I need you to understand. Like, at my level of income, like when you look on the paper of the highest income based on your degree, it's some type of surgeon, some type of orthopedic surgeon, or some type of doctor is at the highest at like 400 and some thousand a year. Now, yeah, these people can work more and charge more and make way more than that, plastic surgeons and stuff, but just based on their degree level and what they will make on an average city doing average stuff, not considering Beverly Hills and places where people just going crazy. The highest salary they show is 400 and something. So I earn twice that, Lord willing, at the minimum, if I'm on a good year and I'm busting my behind and I'm running all my businesses and pushing everything and marketing everything, getting everything out there. So with that being the case, think about that. I ain't got 1,000 for Marvin. Like, I got 1,000 for him, but I'ma feel it and I'ma want it back. And a little sign of attitude. Get my money back. And so think about your average American who not earning 6 figures, who not earning high 6 figures. Like, I coach people who, you know, they'll say they want to change their life, and they need to do this and they need to do that, and they might earn 200 to 400,000, but guess what? They don't have 7,500 or 10,000 for the year coaching program. And then it'll be people who don't earn 200 to 400, 200 to 500, who do invest in themselves in that way for the program. And so what that shows me is that sometimes people just earn what they say they earn on paper. They don't really earn it, or they have a scarcity mindset. So if people who can earn hundreds of thousands have to be, you know, very, very selective, with their funds or penny pinching, imagine what the average American have to do. Rob Peter to pay Paul. So under no circumstances should pastors be putting pressure on their members to give a certain dollar amount. It should be, let me preach the wallpaper off the wall. Let me preach the wallpaper off the wall and take up tithes and offering, pray over it, and say, give what you can. Not no certain dollar amount like Juanita Bynum be doing. So because Juanita Bynum do that, now Marvin Winans do that. And I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why you seeing the celebrity pastors do that. And that's because at a point in time when their music was popular and they was touring and they was getting 5,000 to 15,000 to perform at churches because their music was hot, they made good money, and they might have touched $1 million or more in a year, at least $250,000 to $500,000, but most likely $1 million to $5 million in a height. So they created a lifestyle that requires that level of money. And when their music started to slow down, they realized their next lick is to become a pastor so that they could get donations every week for standing up and talking. And then they realized that people don't really give if they don't have it to give. And when they do give, they're gonna give what they can afford to give. But what they can afford to give is not enough to take care of their lifestyle at the level they want to live, without it looking crazy to the board members of the church because of how much money they taking off the top. So then they take and they put complicit board members, people who are their fans, who not gonna hold them accountable, but who just want to see them, and be around them and be their fan. So they take and put those people on the board. So if they want to take X amount of dollars, they could take X amount of dollars. And y'all forgive them, take my little eye things off. And then they don't have to answer to nobody. And they don't get audited. And then when they do get audited, you able to finesse the books because you're a non-profit organization. And so that's why they start to arm twisting. It's the same thing you see happen every time you see a clip of Keon Henderson, because he bit off more than he can chew by marrying a woman who is the ex-wife of a multi-millionaire. And where in Houston, Texas, he could have lived great off of $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year. Now he's trying to keep up with multi-millionaires because he know what she used to. And so you hear a switch in his tone when it's time for tithes and offering, and he get very aggressive, he get very manipulative, he get very coercive, and it's like, you gotta give, you gotta give, you gotta give. And it's so that he can upkeep his lifestyle, because people gonna give enough for the church. The church always gonna be taken care of. Like, the church gonna always have enough because it's God's house. So God is always going to make sure that his house is taken care of. He gonna make sure of that. God gonna make sure that he taken care of. He gonna make sure. Y'all forgive me because the sun in my rear view. Can't see the thing. So he gonna make sure he taken care of. My wife texts me. I know she know I'm working. And she probably telling me about the line at Culver's. And my son thing in 20 minutes. But this lady going in with some Starbucks. Little lady. I'm like, do your 6th grader eat Starbucks? Eat and drink Starbucks? Sister here beside me in this Tesla. She was like, this man about to hit me. No, sister. I got good insurance now, so, and I ain't trying to use it. So I ain't gonna hit you now. So that's what these pastors is going through. Like, you got to realize, like the worse the economy get, the lower donations get. So like in tax season, donations might be, all the donations gonna be $100 and up. Outside of tax season, where people ain't getting tax returns, or if people retired people, they pension go down because they insurance going up. Like, I mean, their retirement payments go down, their insurance going up. People donations will go down to $5, $20. Then people will skip. People will skip a couple weeks. And so, like Keon Henderson, he count in, I seen a clip somebody sent me of him. He counts his, I guess, 20,000 viewers online as members, which they not members. Like, all they got to pay for is they internet. So they don't owe nothing to the church because they not using none of the church resources. And they really watching him because they see him go viral on Instagram. They see his reels go viral on Instagram, and they know he married to a celebrity. So it's like, let me watch this celebrity pastor. And that's honestly why he married Shawnee O'Neal, to get more clout, to get a bigger name. And that leads to getting more money. And so he tell the church, like, his woman don't have to pay for nothing. He pay all the bills. And so now he trying to make enough money and take care of somebody who was already near about a millionaire. And it don't necessarily mean she's a millionaire, because what y'all got to realize is it's one season of Basketball Wives a year. And that's her show. She's the executive producer and she talent on the show. When you're getting paid really, really, really well, you're going to make at the most $100,000 per episode. The thing might be 8 episodes. That's $800,000. 10 episodes. They take out taxes with that type of situation. Unless you got an S corp, then they'll pay you completely fully, but you still got to pay taxes. So even if they have 13 episodes and she's at the highest pay of $100,000 an episode, that's 1.3 million. After taking care of her taxes, she's gonna be at 700,000. After taking care of her agent, her manager, her assistant, her kids, she literally making what, you know, a good doctor make, or a good tech person who work in the tech industry make. So she's not rolling in the dough. She ain't rolling in the dough. And so the pastor can actually bring home more than her, because a lot of his stuff could be swiped on a card that is owned by the church. So the church could pay for a lot of his expenses and it be written off as expenses of the 501c3. And so that's what y'all got to realize, how money work. And I done been all up in TV and know what people get paid and all of that. And so, because me being Tallen and being a co-host on the show, I probably was at maybe 10 grand an episode. I didn't even watch the show that I was on, so I don't really know how many episodes it was, but I feel like it was only like 6 episodes. And if that was the case, then that means I was paid more than 10 grand an episode. And so, and at the least, you know, 5 to 8. And that was my first season. It would have went up if we got another season and another season. It would have kept going up. And I wasn't a producer of it either. So when I was a producer of a show, they had me, and Gonna Be Talent, they had me for the first season at $12,500. So I want y'all to understand that even if you do 10 episodes, that's 120,000, you know, 130,000. So that's what you got to realize. And so that's why these pastors, And this a pastor who got a celebrity wife feeling a pinch. So these pastors who don't have a celebrity spouse who makes 6 figures, they feeling even more of a pinch, and they got to pay their bills. So they got to pay their bills, and they absolutely stressing. They stressing because it's like, man, we got these bills to pay, and these people ain't donating. And that's why Wine is doing that VIP line. Y'all gotta forgive me, hitting that little slurp on y'all. So Wine is doing that VIP line because he got to get that money up. So parents going in now, y'all. So I'm about to have to put my little neck band on and get ready to head on in here. Somebody got their Chick-fil-A. They must got the breakfast though. But hey, God bless you. All the important links in the description. And listen, my session's booking out till December, so please don't come with a crisis that you need to talk very soon. And if you need to have a crisis, or if you have a crisis, then you could go to mymentor.life and pay the regular rate. You know, sign up at the normal rate, and then when I see your sign up, I'll email you and get you bumped in. But I am hosting a retreat. We on vacation. Yeah, we're gonna have us a couple of talks and sessions or whatever, nothing too intense. Just a vacation with friends, so to speak. Be able to vacation, not have to go somewhere alone. We're going to Costa Rica. Y'all stay tuned. If this retreat company does a good job, then I will, when I get back and I get paid, I gotta make sure I get paid. But when I get back and I get paid, my portion of the retreat, because you know when you host a retreat, a little small piece of it come to you. So I got to make sure they honest. And so once I see how they do business, because they talking about, yeah, you know, we want you to, you know, launch your next one while you own it. No, brother, I need to see my check. Make sure y'all did right by business, so I don't have to do no lawsuit. Because my people will sign up anytime I release it if they got the funds to sign up. Like, no, I'm not trying to play no trickery. He was like, you know, they like you to announce it while you there to get people who dare to go in and pay their deposit and sign up. It's like, nah, y'all trying to pay old money with new money. Nope. Let me make sure you did the right thing by the money and you held my little portion. That's for me. And then I will release the new one. If I like the way y'all did things. But this one I'm working with, they charge more money. So really need one of the Blessed Tribe members to become a legitimate travel agent so we can make something happen and keep that thing in-house. Not the YTB, your travel business, not that. A legitimate travel agent. Need the real travel agent and not your friend or your cousin. They not in the Blessed Tribe. I don't want to work with them. Only the Blessed Tribe or all access member. Not somebody who all outside of this and that. And the thing about it is, when I do business, you putting your life on the line or your business on the line. So if the Lord is with me, I'm taking you to court. If the Lord has turned his back on me, I'm taking you to the grave. So it's one way or the other. I don't play by my money. I don't play about my business. We going one or the other. Business or the grave. Well, courthouse or the graveyard. And I'm not smiling. And so that's the thing right there now. So y'all got to understand that. Don't play about it now. Don't play about that business. And so I had to sue somebody here recently playing with me. So hopefully my wife on her way at 10:49. So quite a few parents walking in here. This right here got two moms walking in here. I'm wondering if they together. They're a couple, or they just close friends or sisters, or what we got going on now. But hey, God bless you. All the important links is in the description. Keep your head up, and we'll talk soon.